Resolutions as to the Eldership by James Henley Thornwell. 1. Resolved that the office of the ruling elder, as it exists in the Presbyterian Church of the United States of America, is neither the creature of the brotherhood in a particular congregation, nor of the Church at large, that its rights, powers, and authority are in no sense delegated to it from the people, but are derived from the immediate appointment and institution of Christ, the only King and head of the Church. 2. Resolved that according to the Scriptures all church authority is vested exclusively in the hands of elders, and the right of bearing rule in the house of God is the distinctive peculiarity of their office. 3. Resolved that all presbyters or elders are equal, and when convened in ecclesiastical courts are entitled to the exercise of the same rights and privileges, unless there be an express consent to the contrary. The presbyteriate is one, though held by two classes of men, those who preach and those who do not. 4. Resolved that the right of rule pertains to ministers of the gospel, not as preachers, but as elders, all who are rightfully called unto the ministry being at the same time called to the eldership. Hence it is expressly said in our form of government that the pastor is called an elder or presbyter, because, quote, it is his duty to be grave and prudent, and an example of the flock, and to govern well in the house and kingdom of Christ. End quote. 5. Resolved that, as the imposition of hands in the ordination of ministers is a part of the process by which the presbytery, as a court, sets apart the candidate to the office of the ministry, those elders who rule and do not preach are, when members of the court, as much entitled to unite in the act as those who rule and preach. 6. Resolved that the government of the Church should be conducted by assemblies of elders, constituting congregational, classical, and synodical presbyteries, and that all these courts, being essentially the same, ought to be composed of the same materials, and as in the present state of the Presbyterian Church there are many ministers who are not in the actual exercise of the office of elder, who are the chosen representatives of no people, it is contrary to the spirit of the Presbyterian system to suffer any court to be constituted without the presence of a ruling elder.
If you enjoyed this recording, please support our channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. We would also be happy to receive any comments or feedback below.